Welcome friends, it is I, Hi-Rez Studios, and it's time for the next vlog. In the background is the first Nuwa game. Yep, this is the old Nuwa. If you've never seen her, that's old Nuwa right there. Nuwa was numb. She was a thing. She was all over the place. Once she got focused a little bit, and like they buffed and they changed her around a little bit as they went with her. Eventually she became a really ridiculous tower killer, but at first not so much. So this is the old Nuwa kit, and it was a curious kit. I kind of miss it because it was kind of interesting how it worked. It was also just really odd, but I liked it in some ways and hated it in others. So check out right there, Nuwa. What's there to talk about with Smite? Ratatask is coming Monday, so Tuesday. So we'll see a patch then, a patch video for that with the patch. No guide this week. I forgot. Reddit is a place that you have to take into account when you're doing things. There's just no choice in the matter. And I can either post the patch notes video on Tuesdays or a guide every Tuesday. And though the guides are important, it's also, you got to play a bit smart in how you do the Reddit game. So when there's a patch, we will focus on the patch for that week so that we can get a patch video and a Reddit post up. And then the next week, a guide. So that's where Luke's going to have there. Now, I guess it gives me more breathing room to do other things as well in that way, but it's just the nature of the beast, I feel, in that way, because we want to better utilize things going on around us with that. We got to play a bit smart here if we want to do better, right? Like, as good as we are, you got to play smart with how you take your shots, or else, if you just make bad shots all the time, it doesn't matter how good you are, I suppose. So we're going to try to play it smart. So that's what we're doing with that. Smite stuffs, the Summer of Smite coming out. Hunkules, he's got no package, which is hilarious. Beach Bait, Aphrodite, of course, looks nice. Smite is really good at making voluptuous women. We're not going to see another god like Bellona for a long time, it looks like, I guess. And that's a shame. It is a bit of a shame there. I like variety. I like seeing a bunch of different things. That's why I'm a big fan of what Overwatch is doing. They have a huge variety in every gender and just a bunch of different characters. Like, everyone is so different. I'm really liking how Overwatch is approaching character design a lot, because they're just all over the place with it. And you can't say Smite is just doing historical, because look at freaking Scylla, and then look at Janus, and look at a bunch of other gods. They're not always very accurate with what they're doing. They're doing whatever they want at times, because they can mess around with what they want. This is mythology. They don't actually care unless it's Chinese. Like, that's cynical, but it's true, and we've all seen proof of it. We've seen enough evidence to allow that cynicism to be up there, going, when it comes to the Chinese gods, they pay a lot better attention than anything else. Summer Smite's gonna have, let's see, icons and stuff like that. The announcer packs, I know what they are, and I can't wait to buy those. Well, they're gonna be bonuses. I can't wait to get those. And then I believe the Power Suit Honor is gonna be the final skin that you get, and that looks pretty cool. I like playing Honor, so that'll be great there. Honor for me is like the Ryu of Smite. He's a very straightforward god. He takes a good amount of skill to play, and a lot of people are familiar with him because people play him a lot. And Honor is very straightforward. He's all about skill with him. He's got a skill shot ultimate, skill shot 2. You got to set that pillar correctly. You got to do your basic attacks, and your jump, of course, can be used aggressively or defensively in a lot of ways. So he's able to do a lot of things. He's got a stun. He's got a slow. He's got some good power on him. So he's a very solid god. That's like Ryu in Street Fighter. Ryu is a solid character as well. So that's why I see him in that way. He's just this solid person. Let's see here, Smite. So the big giveaway is today. It's in 2 hours. I'm recording the vlog as always Saturday morning. There you go with that. Should be a lot of fun doing that. Like we said, we're doing a big, so June and July, we're going to make a big push in streaming to try to get a sub button, which is not going to be easy to do. I've been listening to a lot of different advice and opinions on how to get it from people who've already gotten it, and people who have studied about how to get it and all that stuff. And there's a lot of different things that can be done to get it, and we just have to decide what we're going to do to try to pull it off. And it's an investment of time for one, and then you can make investment money by doing giveaways and stuff like that. And I think we'll try to do a couple more frequent giveaways, especially because it's summer. I don't have to worry too much about school. I do have summer school for Monday and Wednesday, but it's only one class. It's apparently a really intense class, but it's only one class. So that's okay. With only one class going on me, I should be able to handle and do everything we want to do for the streams and everything. So we're going to see more often streams. Because, of course, also, we got the capture card for the Wii U, so now I can play Wii U games. So, we're going to play Smash with viewers, Mario Kart with viewers. I got Splatoon, going to play Splatoon with viewers. That's going to be really fun. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to do that. That's all going to be great. And those will be streams at different times. The Smite streams will be at the same time they've always been. I might... Here's the thing. I don't know if I want to stream Smite more or not. Smite is the big draw. It brings in a lot of people. The problem is burnout. If I burn out on Smite, then I'm in trouble. I don't want to burn out on Smite. Smite is something we've been playing for years, but eventually you can lose the flavor. You can lose the taste for a game if you play it a bit too much. So I've always tried to not play it too much. Like, 3 hours a day is not bad. It's a pretty good amount of time on one game for 3 years. Do I want to do more than that? I don't know. So I think it's partially experimenting with other games people might want to see besides Smite, so we can see if we can keep the viewership up while doing other things. Smite gets us about 20 to 30 people every stream. The closest we've gotten with another game has been a couple indie games have gotten us to like near the 20s, like high teens we've gotten. I think maybe Smash and Mario Kart would probably put us up if we did viewer games, so we'll do that. And Splatoon as well, viewer games probably pull that out as well. So we'll see about that going forward. I also probably just want to LP stream Wonderful 101 because that's just a fun game. And that'll be good to just keep practicing Wii U streaming as well with that game. So probably do more of that as well. Yeah, that's all that business there. Like I said, we might do more giveaways with Smite. If you have anything you want to donate to us for that, you can. Like, I believe we're getting more Xbox codes as well. So we're getting Xbox codes, so that's cool. Hi's donating those. We have some gem codes we can use and stuff like that. And if people want to donate skins or whatever, there you go. If you want to just donate by being there, that also helps. Just being present also helps, like our numbers being up. And what's important is getting people to talk more. Apparently, chat activity is really important to Twitch. That's something to think about as well. I engage the chat, but I think we just have a lot of lurkers at the same time. We have not high, but a good amount of lurker status. There's nothing wrong with lurkers. It's just apparently Twitch is fine with lurkers. They just prefer chatter. So yeah, okay. So not to force the lurkers to talk, but just see if they want to talk, I guess. I don't know. I guess giveaways are a good way to artificially put up chatter when you think back, because people's got to say something for that. But that's not the way I'd want to go about it. I'm going to do the giveaways, give things away to people still, because, you know, giving things away is cool. I don't know. It's a balance between trying to buy the sub button and just being cool. And cynically, people are going to believe you're always trying to buy the sub button, I guess. And that's the thing. Do you care about what the cynics think? That's a better question. And I kind of care, because I hate cynicism, like extreme cynicism, where people assume everything's wrong. That kind of cynicism I don't like. You can have a little bit of cynicism. Cynicism. Scientists aren't exactly cynical, they are skeptical. And there is a difference between the two of them, but it's not easy to notice. But there's skepticism, there's cynicism. As a scientist, I have some skepticism to things. And being on the internet has made me cynical to certain things. But I try not to be overly cynical or overly skeptical. Because when you don't believe anything, then, well, you ain't going to do jack. I think I worded that correctly. I think that's all about all of that. I think with that. So there's two other things to talk about. Let's go Patreon and Splatoon. Let's talk about Patreon. So Patreon, we're now doing the exclusives here. It was one of the patrons' idea was maybe we should do some exclusives. Maybe it'll convince some people to donate to you on Patreon so they can see these exclusives. And that's cool. Like it doesn't matter what level of Patreon you are. Like, as long as it's like $1, you get to see the exclusives. And the exclusives are just stuff that isn't normally going to go on YouTube. There's going to be me doing my character practice where I practice just different kinds of characters and voices and stuff to get better at that. So Patreons get to see that stuff. So that's a bonus right there. Jinx's early sketches of Kirby's are going to go on there as well. Like, the early sketch of the current Kirby Jinx is working on is on Patreon right now for the exclusive there. And I just worked on the next character practice. And there's also going to be experimental video. Stuff that is, that we want to work on. Like, here's an example. If, like, when we did Papers, Please with the facts, or when we did, what's it called? Metro, Please? Like, when we did those with the Ostoska guy voice, if we didn't feel like that character was developed enough to do that, we would do experimental videos just to show ourselves and see what we can improve on and do it better. And we're going to do experimental videos like that, where we're going to experiment with some character work in video form, like full-on video form, Or at first we're going to do just practicing the voice of this character we're thinking about, and some of the writing for it, and eventually we might do full-on video practice of it to see how it flows and how it works, and before it's good enough to put on YouTube itself. So, with those experimental videos, those will be on Patreon for the exclusive people to see, and there you go, they get to see that, they get to see us experimenting and trying to get better, and there you go, that's what the exclusive gets to see. It's nothing that goes on YouTube is behind a paywall. All it is bonus stuff that people who are Patreons can see, if I worded that correctly. Like, we're never going to put the guides behind a paywall. We're never going to put Smite behind a paywall. LPs or vlogs. None of that's going to be on a paywall. That'd be madness. That wouldn't be cool at all. That would not be cool. Just extra stuff is going to go behind it. Just stuff that we share with ourselves, that we're going to share with the Patreons, is the plan there. And I think that might work out. We might also see if there's any cool feedback they might have. Or maybe they'll just appreciate just seeing a different side of things. Also, I might share a little bit more of myself in those separate from these vlogs, just on the cuff or off the cuff at the time, because I am also, you know, I'm doing an exclusive thing and then I'm addressing the audience, and I might say a thing here or there about whatever I'm doing. So there we go. That is all of that. Splatoon. I bought. Okay, so Friday morning, I'm like, you know, I want a physical copy of this game. I don't want to just digitally own it because I don't have that much space on my Wii U, so I want to make sure I have some digital copies of games so that that's not to worry about. So I went out, I got up early, drove out. I wanted to get the Amiibo pack as well. Sold out here, sold out here, sold out here, sold out here, sold out here. And then I go to this other place, and they have it. They have Splatoon and the Amiibo pack. So I got them both. I got the last copies. That was awesome. I got them. Hooray, I got them. I was in a good mood. I started singing while I was on my way home. I got home and I sang a little bit, and I sent it to Jinx to see what she thought. And there's a video of that. So there's a video called Celebrating Splatoon and Fan Art on the YouTube channel. It's a 1-minute thing. A bit ridiculous, but it's a spur of moment thing that we did. And it's a thing. It's a thing. Check it out. It's a minute long. Check it out. Check it out. Splatoon is fun. People keep asking me, is it worth $60? And I spent 12 hours on it yesterday. And I enjoyed it, like, 95% of the time. It sucks to lose sometimes, but I was still having fun. I was laughing like a maniac while playing that game. Single player is really good. Multiplayer is really good. There are complaints, though. There's, like, the inability to switch out gear between matches is not very cool. I wish you could switch gear between matches. That would be nice. Ranked ain't up yet. They're waiting until enough people get to level 10 for rank, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Single player's pretty good. The Amiibo stuff. The complaint about the Amiibo stuff is hopefully they make it that you can just buy the extra missions in some way. Like, there is bonus gear for doing the Amiibo stuff that you can't get unless you do the Amiibo. And I don't know, I don't think it's I think it's just cosmetic at the end of the day. You get more slots with these gears, but I've seen people with 3-slot gear that doesn't look like it came from any of the Amiibo stuff. So I'm thinking that there is just good gear you get eventually as well. And the game's really fun. It's really cute. It's got some really good jokes, a lot of really good puns in there. I died at a couple of the puns. I just could not stop laughing at some of the puns they've done in this game. It's just an enjoyable experience. It's really fun. What's cool is the match is only 3 minutes long, so even if you have a really bad match, the next match might not be terrible. And even if you have like 2 bad matches, maybe the third match won't be. Even if you go on tilt and have a couple bad matches, you're still having quick matches, so you have a chance at not having a crappy match. Like, you have a chance of having a good mix of good games and bad games, which is good with that small number frequency. Of course, you're going to have teammates who aren't so great here and there, which is why it's going to be cool when they do Team Splatoon, which is going to come out later on in the year. And Ranked has some really cool modes that aren't out yet that I can't wait to play, because they look pretty cool. Like, there's one where it's controlling a tower, and the tower moves. It's like this tug-of-war thing where both teams are fighting to have this tower, and the tower moves across the stage. And you need to just dominate and hold the tower long enough to win, and that's just such a cool idea. There's also Capture the Point. There's a lot of fun ideas here. I'm really, really looking forward to that. And there's people just doing black and white art in the game, and it gets graffiti on the walls and stuff, and it's so good. There's so many amazing artists out there. My God. It's just a fun game. I'm enjoying it a lot. It is way too fun. And what's cool is we have a third-party game to play with. We have Mario Kart, we have Smash Brothers, and now we have Splatoon. We have 3 different party games to play online with viewers. That is awesome. So that's going to be great to do. So that's everything with the vlog. Thank you everyone for comments, for watching our videos, for listening to things like this. Hope you enjoy the old Nuwa. She was an interesting lady. Oh god, the shake and bake back in the day. You could do a thing with Nuwa's ultimate, with Fenrir. And it was, you get Fenrir, you get Nuwa's ultimate, and Fenrir would bite someone and then push them through her ultimate a dozen times. It's called the shake and bake. And a couple of people figured it out, but the most popular of it was when DM found it, because of course. And that got quickly patched out, because that was ridiculous. That was a funny thing you could do. There you go. Thank you everyone. As always, thank you very much. It's always important to thank everybody for watching, for liking, for disliking, for comments, for donations, for kind words, for everything. Thank you for everything. Thank you for those who are here for a little bit and those who are here for a long time. Thank you for the long time, the short time. Thank you to those who try to bring other people in. Thank you for everything. It's very important to thank you all. So thank you very much. So there you go. That's the vlog. I had fun watching. That's what's all about. Having fun. Thanks for coming by and see you next time.
Turning to base. Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower. Good game. Good game. I'm the greatest. Yes.
Ha!